All right. Well, we've seen what Burchett has to say, and we've seen sort of a glimpse of what the people on the ground are saying about the recent disclosure developments. Okay, so let's now shift our view to just people, just your average mom and pop, your average Bob and Joe, your average Judy and Clara Beth, whatever the fuck. As you can see, I'm wearing my NASA hat, never a straight answer. Or if you prefer, what is it, Hebrew for deceive, whichever one is most popular right now. You gotta notice the NASA hat. My grandman was abducted by aliens. When? Was this like a long time ago or was it recently? Because this UAP phenomenon, this was from 2024 and 2025 and 2022 and well, lots of different times. I don't want to list all the different times, but it's from a bunch of different times. So we're disclosing a bunch of stuff lately, and it's unimpressive. It's been unimpressive. But let's hear what average people are saying about it. Let's hear what your mom and what your sister and what your brother-in-law are saying about it, okay? Why would aliens hide from us is the thing I'm not getting. I don't know why they would. Conspiracy theorists would say that they have like invisibility technology, or they're from a different universe, or they're stepping through a wormhole, or they have teleportation technology, or they're angels, or they're not even from outer space and they live in the hollow earth, or they live in the ocean, or they live in the mountains, or they live in the crust of the earth. Recently they were talking about how there was water underneath, like inside the crust, when really what it is like liquid rock, essentially. And they're saying like, see, that's proof that there's aliens! Even though the only thing that was like in there was like these protozoa or like worms or something like that. Whatever it was not aliens. And that's not where aliens come from. I think UFO culture is American culture. Oh yeah, that's just as American as apple pie, my friend. It's just as American as French fries and tater biscuits. I don't, whatever a tater biscuit is. They live, yeah, dude. Consume, obey, consume something else. Read, maybe. No, reading is the tool of the proletariat. Now, enjoy.
2026, and it's oddity, bizarre, informational change, just changes in general. I don't know how TikTok's going to categorize this video because I'm going to jump a little bit everywhere. Because
I don't know either. I mean, it looks like you're going to be talking about a couple of things. So slay on.
2026. All right, first let's talk about obviously the alien disclosure. UFO
wasn't aliens, but go on.
The president.
Oh wait, no, non-human pilots, right? I think was in some of the accounts. So non-human entities have been mentioned to some extent, just not like comprehensively. We don't really have any actual evidence. We just have like written reports. As far as I know, if that is not the case, then feel free to re-educate me, but I'm pretty sure that we don't actually have any like real evidence of the so-called non-human living entity, whatever the fuck they talked about. Like it was like they were in a crash or something like that, and they recovered some non-human remains or whatever the fuck.
Promised to disclose information and documents. The first batch has come out. Nothing too crazy.
Still no Epstein files, but we're holding out hope. Maybe the aliens can help us figure that out.
Easy, but it's an okay start. We see some, UFO.
Joke's on us. Only the light language speakers can communicate with them. Now, I've been practicing my light language, and I think the Anunnakis are going to start talking with me. We're going to start communing here anytime now, okay? See? Did you guys feel healed? Do you feel healed now? I feel pretty healed. I feel like at least 5% healed. I feel at least 5% more healthy than I was before I just light healed myself, Let me know in the chat if I made you heal with my light speak.
We do see a being, but I think it might be a monkey, to be honest.
What?
States the president.
What does that mean? We see a being in the UFO? A being?
It might be a monkey, to be honest. Anyways, we see.
Where's the monkey coming in? People time traveling?
It's a good start.
Oh no!
Let's jump into some other article. It's very interesting. So the first
more
one
interesting than
is
monkey
travel.
UFOs.
So physicists
time travel. Okay.
It's possible to send messages backward in time. Okay.
Okay, she sounds shit-faced drunk. She sounds like she's been having a wine lunch. Do you pick that up a little bit? Am I the only one that's getting a little bit of that? A little bit of that? Problem is that real evidence doesn't exist and ends up being up to the jury or judge. That's why you get false convictions. Is that one of the energy psychology tarot ladies? Oh, I'm sure. Plenty of normal people like that. It's called spiritual. Yeah, circumstantial.
And my brain doesn't completely compute what they're talking about, okay? They're talking about the movie Interstellar, how, Matthew McConaughey's...
This is one of those, like, time is a flat circle things where he was outside of time and space, to my understanding, in the movie. He had fallen into the event horizon and he had, like, entered the singularity or some shit. I don't think it was a wormhole. I think that he got to a place of compressed time and space that was so concentrated that you can essentially time travel and alter reality in ways that no other human could at that particular moment in time and that particular point in space. But that's, to my understanding, what was happening in Interstellar. And that's so, like, above my pay grade. And Interstellar, they used gravity's communication because it was instant or something like that. Yeah, I mean, if that's the way that I'm wrapping my head around it is that if you are in a place where time and space are condensed hard enough, like a singularity, then you essentially become the universe. You are, because if you're in a tesseract, you're in a place that transcends all space and time, and if you can manipulate things through the threads of the tesseract, then you can essentially just create, like, you're God for that little time. That's my understanding of it. And if he was somehow had, like, above human prescience, or was able to see in, like, into the, not see into, but, like, perceive of the third or fourth or fifth dimensions, ideally the fourth dimension because that's time, right? Then he could potentially have actively manipulated things. I don't know. Maybe he would have needed some kind of, like, superhero telekinesis or some shit. It was a complicated movie because it also implied human consciousness is out of the body. Well, because he would have died. That would, like, spaghettification. Like, he would have just been dissipated. So it would have been his consciousness that was inside this tesseract, and thus he became himself God. The movie's weird. I don't like talking about it.
And they're talking about in a quantum level and particles and observing, not observing. I am not quite certain how this all works, but basically time is not linear. It can be...
Which, yeah, see, she's doing the same. It's a time is a flat circle thing. I knew it. He ascended. Yeah, that's which even validates some, theist beliefs, So, I mean, that's kind of like, that's Christopher Nolan serving it up for both the religious and the secular. He's an equal opportunity guy, He embraces everybody. He makes Batman, and then he makes the Trojan horse. He makes a Dutch town, and then he makes time folding in on itself. He's a diverse guy. He's got a lot of different hats. I got a lot of different hats. Time isn't linear, neither is space. Well, duh. Time-space is a surface wave. I like when people describe time as a river. That's pretty cool. It can branch, and, like, you can try and put a dam in it, but it's going to erode whatever, like, you put in there, and, like, it's just kind of, like, always going to be, like, kind of flowing up and down and all that kind of shit. Did we get disclosed? It's here. Disclosure is here in 2026. Disclosure. Full disclosure.
Bendable.
Now, hang on. It may not be the Epstein files, which is what people have been asking for. It may not be that, but there is disclosure. All right? There's some disclosure. It's not the thing that needs to be disclosed, but there is some disclosure.
Kind of like a ribbon, but they're saying that there's a possibility that if something happened yesterday and you want to change that today there is the possibility that we could send a message back to that time to change a possible course.
I know, man. Like, all the talk, like the QAnon stuff, like the fact that there was a cabal of, like, PDF files that are, like, abusing children, like rich elites. It just didn't happen to be people in basements of pizza parlors. And I believe that Epstein probably started that shit himself, or, like, whoever wasn't allowed into his secret circle. He was active on 4chan. I believe Ghislaine was a mod on Reddit. But, like, all that shit's ruined pizza for me now. Like, I can't, like, just because of the association with pizza, it's my favorite food. They haven't ruined pizza for me. Like, I'm still gonna eat fucking pizza, but, like, now I just have to I have to be like, Is this a setting where if I mention pizza, somebody's, because I just randomly will tell people that I fucking love pizza. But like, is this, I have to now check myself, or I have to be like, is this a setting where I can say that and it's not going to come off like I'm trying to talk about abducting children? Well, they were into technology and the internet. I'm not sure how that is to be associated with their sexual activities. No, what I mean when I say that they were on Reddit and 4chan is I mean like they could have been trying to throw people off their trail by spreading conspiracies about some fucking other bullshit. But like making, you know, people like add grains of the truth to conspiracy theories. Could have been. Maybe that, like that one dude, that Ron dude, who was supposedly the guy who did QAnon, maybe he was like trying to get into the Epstein circle and failed, and like Epstein was like, nah, you're not rich enough. You know what I mean? I don't know how the mind of a weird human trafficker PDF file works. Maxwell sold one of the first search engines. Damn. So they had deep pockets deep tendrils in the internet.
I know you're probably saying, what in the world? I don't understand. Like, my brain's not there yet. You know what I mean? To completely understand what exactly they're talking about. But the fact that they're saying that this is a possibility to go back to the past to change the future.
What she's talking about is when they were able to confirm that you can send particles like between two spaces that are quantum entangled. I'm pretty sure that's what they're talking about. I don't think that we have determined that we can send messages to the past. That seems like a reach. That seems like quite a claim. Why are left-wing conspiracies about PDF files, though? Left-wing conspiracies? I mean, they're not usually conspiracies. There are a lot of rich people who happen to be PDF files, and they want the Epstein files released so that they can be held accountable. I don't think that's a conspiracy theory. I mean, they've confirmed the files exist. They've confirmed a lot of the stuff in them. You know, I don't know. Human cloning? And I don't think I've ever heard any of my comrades talking about cloning. I think that's a new one to me. Is there like a current clone conspiracy? That sounds really fucking cool, by the way. Just the idea that today in America, in the year of our Lord 2026, that there's a fucking clone conspiracy. I would write a book about it. I would call it the Clone Conspiracy, or Clone Conspiracy USA. Yeah, Epstein cloning people to traffic in the desert. What the fuck? Well, no, Dolly the sheep is a goddamn sheep. The only trafficking outfit that would ever make money trafficking sheep would be in Wales. That's right. I know a thing or two. Take that, Wales.
It's pretty amazing. Next, scientists are saying that they're pretty sure they found a portal to the fifth dimension.
I told you. I tried to tell you that she had a wine lunch. It's pretty clear. I thought for a second maybe she was just confused about the whole delayed choice quantum eraser stuff, which can kind of appear retrocausal, but isn't. It's the dawning of the age of Aquarius, the fifth dimension. You're not supposed to be making fun of her. I'm supposed to be making fun of her. You're only allowed to chat amongst yourselves. Only I'm allowed to make fun of the people. But then she said opening portals to the fifth dimension. What is the fifth? So okay. So we've got, length, width, depth, time. What's the fifth? Is it consciousness, psyche, ego?
Understand of what this is that the fifth dimension is like a portal to the dark matter.
I don't think I heard you correctly.
You know what I mean? To completely understand.
I don't know what you mean.
What exactly they're talking about, but the fact that they're saying that this is a possibility.
Okay.
To go back to the past.
Yep. Let's talk about dark matter.
It's pretty amazing.
Okay. Yep.
Next.
Great. Next. Okay. Scientists are saying
that they're pretty sure they found a portal.
That they found a portal
to the fifth dimension. I mean, that's awesome. We've been talking about that. We hear people talk about fourth, fifth dimension, all these different.
Who are you talking to? Casually, that you have a discussion about the fourth and fifth dimensions, let alone making a portal to one. Is this the rest of your gal group that you have wine lunches with? Have you ever found a portal? If I had, I would have walked through it.
Different dimensions and them communicating with beings. Guys, it's
to
real.
get away from this
But now,
reality.
from what I understand of what this is that the fifth dimension is like a portal to the dark matter.
I still don't think that I'm on that level yet. I don't think that I'm on that level of conviction, intoxication, confidence. I'm not on her level yet. What does that mean? The fifth dimension is a portal to the dark matter.
Now, dark matter...
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank you, Lord. She's about to explain what dark matter is. Okay.
from my understanding, is pretty vast in the universe.
Okay.
But we can't interact with it.
Fucking God, you fucking goddamn it, shit, mother, goddamn shit, fuck.
Like stars and humans and all that.
What the fuck does that mean, stars and humans? Are we saying that dark matter is stars and humans?
That jazz cannot interact with this matter.
Stars and humans cannot interact with it. Aren't there other things in the universe besides stars and humans?
But this bridge.
Okay, but thank the Lord, we're gonna bring it on home.
Right? Fifth dimension?
Okay, yep.
Is that bridge to the dark matter.
To the bridge to the thing that we can't interact with? Neither humans nor stars?
That allows it to go back and forth.
What? Meaning what? Meaning what?
I don't know what to do with that, but...
I don't either! I don't know what to do with that either! You made a video about this! Like, I think I see where she's coming from. She's probably read the older paper thing that she was talking about proposing a model where an extra spatial dimension, a warped fifth dimension, could help explain dark matter, as in heavy scalar particles act as a portal between ordinary particle physics and the dark matter sector. Cynical, you are just... Oh, you're making my brain melt right now. There's like gas, humans, and stuff. Humans produce a lot of that gas. The portal isn't a real thing, it's a metaphor. Okay.
In Spielberg's Disclosure Day teaser that everybody's talking about, what if it isn't alien speech at all?
So maybe the new Spielberg film is him trying to tell us something. That would be, well, the first time that's ever happened. Because why would Spielberg just have knowledge of that?
And my thoughts about this is that the reason why our government's afraid to release this information is because of religion. This would probably destroy how we see ourselves.
I mean, I think most people would see that as a plus. But no, I mean, you know, I guess I've kind of been a proponent of editing the Bible. I know that's like controversial among Christians. Like it's not a living document to most people who believe in it. So I get it. But I've always been a big proponent of just editing the Bible, you know? Just change the Bible. Just take the parts out that you don't like. And if you gotta, like, you know, if you're gonna have a crisis of faith because you know that aliens exist, then maybe your faith wasn't that strong in the first place. No, don't, St. Anthony. Dear God, I almost knocked him off my desk. St. Anthony. You know what I mean? But if the Vatican knew, I mean, wouldn't that be kind of cool? You know, wouldn't the Pope be like into that? Because he seems like he wants to be a cool guy, you know. Bible is already state edited as it was mostly a co-option of religion of the ages. Well, yeah, but I'm speaking within the canon of people who believe in the Bible. I'm not applying my own worldview to it. You know, I'm role playing. Because for me, if I'm speaking as myself, you just don't be religious. You just if there's a particular dogmatic system of beliefs that forces you to condemn people to hell in your mind anyway, then I would say just don't be a part of that. If you hate groups of people, then sure, identify with groups that hate certain groups of people. But if you don't, then why do you need to have restrictions on your life just to think that you're leading a good life? You don't have to give value to yourself just by having some arbiter of truth and justice tell you did a good job. Even then, they can't even speak to you. You got to talk to the middleman for the middleman for the middleman. Yeesh. That kind of corporate structure is just not tenable. All right? That's too many links in the chain, and anyone who's run a company would know that that's not sustainable. All right? Got to diversify. There are many Christian sects that got wiped out by the state and called out heretic, etc. And, well, I mean, yeah, pretty much anytime anyone disagrees on even like a simple translation in the Bible, a sect forms, you know? Or rather, a schism occurs and then a sect forms.
I think they should start releasing
but
some
the
information.
point that I'm making, just to summarize, is that no, it would not ruin religion, or it shouldn't ruin religion for anyone whose faith is strong enough to realize that aliens exist. That's like a really dumb point.
Information that we have managed to collect on Mars regarding the face on Mars, which I know for a fact is real.
Widely discredited. The second better resolution photographs came out, we saw that it was just a mound of dirt.
In fact, I have another contact at NASA, at JPL, that I haven't mentioned. I can't mention too much about it because
if he's piling this much bullshit onto a lie, I'm afraid I don't think I can believe anything else he's going to say.
Working there.
Okay, well, as much as you can.
Well, the person that I know is very high.
What about the reptilians? What about the reptilians? They had their chance in the sun world, all right? And then when they lost the great battle of Klishk, they were forced underground. You know this, all right? There are history books. Read one.
Up in NASA. He's not a direct administrator, but they know what's going on. They know it's a face.
Again, widely discredited. Anyone with a powerful enough telescope can see that Mars does not have an actual face on it. They went back to the surface when you know that the Treaty of Krask is still active and legally binding. So if you see any reptilians, you need to tell them to get back in the hole where they belong. To get back into their goddamn subterranean drilling machines and go back to the fucking the mines of Moria.
They know that it was carved.
All right, sorry, I'm mixing canons here, but you get what I'm saying.
By somebody else other than us. The NASA, JPL, higher-ups and personnel there at JPL, they know for a fact.
Joint Pajama League? I'm not sure what JPL stands for.
In the imaging area, they know for a fact that the face on Mars is real.
Again, widely discredited.
And it was not made by windstorms.
Again, widely discredited.
Or trick of lighting or anything like that.
Nope, yep. Pareidolia played a part in that too.
They know for a fact that the face on Mars was made from an extraterrestrial race that came here to Earth at about 45,000 years BC and set up.
There's a face on Mars and a man in the moon. You know, if that man in the moon wanted to, he could capitalize on some prime fucking real estate. Let me tell you, if he was smart, he'd be putting up all sorts of amenities. Is he going to capitalize? Are we going to be going to man in the moon hotels in the future? Only time will tell. And NASA will try to hide it.
To give us information and...
like what? Like what? Just fucking... like what?
To further the race that they created, which is us.
The Japanese see a rabbit in the moon. Oh, Chang'e... no, that's Chinese.
And thus God said, let there be light.
Oh, is there one wackadoo in the conspiracy circles that isn't a fucking Bible thumper? Like, is there any... well, no, I guess because smart people aren't really conspiracy theorists. I get it. Fuck, man. Like, I can conceive of there being a hollow earth. You know, I can conceive of there being a hollow earth. Like, that makes sense to me. It's just the temperature and pressure are just so hot down there that it's just not possible. But, you know, like, if someone smarter than me was to present a case for hollow earth that made sense, then I think I'd be like, yeah, I'm on board. I want to hear more about it. But, like, when people are being disingenuous or lying or fooled into spreading misinformation, then like it's hard to, like, I guess not empathize. It's not that it's makes it hard for me to be on the same page as them or to consider what they're saying any more legitimate than just every other wackadoo. You know what I mean? Like, I want to believe these guys because, like Mulder, I want to believe. And it's also a fact that some conspiracy theories are true. Well, definitionally, I would say that there's a bit of a difference between conspiracy and conspiracy theory. I think conspiracy theories are just not, like, proven, and then conspiracies are. Like, a conspiracy is like an actual crime. A conspiracy is something that you can actually, like, tangibly observe and, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can interact with that. But conspiracy theories are all just based on... I'm not I am not saying that what it is. I'm just saying that that's my understanding of it. Question, what conspiracies do you believe in? You're gonna have to rattle some off. I off the top of my head, I can't really remember. Like, I know that we went to the moon. Like, that is something that I truly believe in my heart that we did. I know that we've been to space. I've been to Florida when I've seen, like, rocket tests and shit like that. I don't believe there's a firmament, like, preventing people from going to space. I don't believe the Earth is flat. I believe in evolution. That's a pretty still hotly debated topic. I don't know what conspiracies are there other than that. Bigfoot. I think that we would have found proof by now. Aliens, I think that if they exist, they're probably not from outer space. They're probably from, either time travelers or interdimensional. I feel like they would have had some way to communicate with us by now, or the dark forest theories, but whatever. The point is, aliens I want to believe in. I just think that it's weird that we would be the only living conscious things in the universe with technology. I don't know. What else is there? You have to help me out here.
Well, this would be shocking to everybody here on Earth. This is what they're afraid of releasing, and that's my final conclusion regarding this investigation and who the aliens are. I really feel that the aliens that were on the planet Mars came here and set up our civilization as we now know it, and they created these gray extraterrestrial aliens to watch over our planet.
What? Okay, now you're getting too complicated. I don't think that it's great for any ancient alien believer to believe in what they believe in, because I feel like I don't know. I think that they're not giving humanity enough credit. Like, we built the pyramids. You know, we're the ones that put all the rocks into place. Like, I feel like you're not giving humans enough credit for their achievements. And I feel like creating a race, like saying that there's an alien race that then created another alien race to then put us into existence, like, I don't understand that. I don't think that that's, I think that that's like making it too complicated for no reason. Answer evolution? What's the question that you're trying to ask? Algorithmic price fixing, rent coordination by using software like RealPage, etc. There's antitrust action going on about this right now, but it was a conspiracy theory first. Oh. That's one I would have believed in, probably. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, that's happening right now. Probably because natural selection doesn't exist, but it really doesn't. What? Moon landing. I believe that we landed on the moon, yeah. There are telescopes powerful enough to see the landing site. I believe there are pictures.
To make sure we
and
don't
footage.
blow up their...
Because natural selection doesn't exist, which it really doesn't. I mean, okay, then how did... you think that we got here by just poofing into existence? New World Order. Things like the Majestic 12 and Bohemian Grove, as shitty as Alex Jones is, was proven to be real. Not the Majestic 12, but Bohemian Grove was proven to be real. He was one of the proponents of that. He was one of the first guys to ever do that. I believe that there are powerful people who are behind a lot of the big decisions that have happened regarding foreign policy and the direction of governments all around the world. I think that's a fair conspiracy theory to believe in. And I don't think that's one that we're ever going to definitively find out other than through the fucking release of the Epstein Files Unredacted.
Dave Grush, a name that may soon be etched in the annals of history.
I certainly hope not. He's kind of a scammer.
4 different species, at least, have been visiting this planet for thousands of years. We have a long history of UFOs, and of course, there's been a lot...
Okay, simply proving that UFOs are real doesn't mean any of the claims that people have made about them over the years are real, or are true. That would be a crazy reach. Just because you're saying, like, we can see these things on film, you know, we can like observe that if we were seeing them with our own eyes, if they landed in front of us, we'd be like, oh, holy shit, okay, UFOs are real. We wouldn't be like, oh shit, okay, holy shit, man, like, UFOs are real, so they must all be grays, or reptilians, or Anunnaki, or whatever the fuck people think they are, and then they must be fucking like farting phosphorus clouds, and like, you don't just make a whole bunch of assumptions about something that you've only just learned exists. Just because we know that UFOs exist does not mean that anything that we've said about UFOs in the past is now all of a sudden true. All of a sudden.
more activity since we invented the atomic bomb.
What are the chances it's a foreign military versus the chances that it's actual alien?
We see no evidence that's from a foreign government. None of the instances...
I think... So when they were first doing like the Blackbird tests, remember like when people thought that was all like a big UFO thing, and eventually it came out that it was the Blackbird, like that's, you know, it was an experimental aircraft. Nowadays, in our age of technology, it's gonna be pretty hard for people to hide things flying around in the fucking air. And while I do think, because of like Project Blue Book, while I do think that it is possible for a government to cover things up, I don't think that it's happening to the scale that people think it is. You may like through a biosynosis has nothing to do with natural selection existing or not. You mean like through a I don't know what that... And blame the DOJ for the file has not been released. Well, I blame everyone in the administration. Nobody is doing enough to get that file released. It's not just the DOJ, it's everybody. There are people on both the left and right who are mentioned in the files. There are people who both the left and right capitulate to who are on the files. It seems to me, if I was a person on either the left or right in government and was maybe either mentioned myself or one of my friends was, I would want that shit to not ever come out. And so I would aid in delaying it as much as possible, even if it meant betraying my own party or my own values. I mean, you know, I'm not in government and I wouldn't do that because I'm not a shitty person, but if I was that type of person, then I would absolutely want to hide it, whether I was on the left or right. Doesn't matter. Rich people who've been trafficking children are not going to care whether the people accusing them are trying to get them off the left or the right side of the aisle. They're going to be afraid that they're going to put them in jail, which they should be, rightly so.
The 144 incidents they identified could be...
And Reyes, I don't know what the fuck. I'm not a scientist. I don't claim to know how evolution works. I just know that I believe in it more than suddenly poofing into existence. It's just not. I'm sorry. Imagining that God put us here is insane.
So that leaves you wondering then what hypothesis best fits the facts. And frankly, the alien hypothesis fits the facts.
I mean, these are just people who are expressing their opinions about potential disclosure.
Well, we are now. Into that frame flew another object, flew up to the dummy warhead, shot a beam of light at it, went around like this to the top of the warhead, shot a beam of light down.
Who created the universe? Well, I don't care. Some pilots, sensors, satellites, civilians, and military systems have observed things that were not immediately identified. Some of those turn out to be things like balloons, drones, or other aircraft, birds, artifacts of camera sensors, optical effects, weather, and bad range estimates. Yes, occasionally classified technology developed by humans. Nothing has ever shown any evidence of being extraterrestrial. Couldn't have said it better myself, cynical.
Be a catalyst for a more transparent era, where secrets give way to openness, and where knowledge is shared for the advancement of all humankind. It challenges us to rethink our place in the universe.
Well, no, didn't you hear it's going to destroy religion? Didn't you hear what that other guy said? The world's religions are going to collapse. People are going to go into a panic. There's going to be pandemonium in the streets. There's going to be screaming and rending of clothes. We're all going to die!
Anna Paulina Luna just said on a recent Newsmax segment...
A real gem of a woman, let me tell you.
And the reason she said it might get your attention. Check this out and let's talk.
Quote, non-human life forms that could be interdimensional beings who are visiting us. Can you just explain more to people at home what that might mean?
That I would believe. If it was like interdimensional entities that are trying to like reach out and like maybe they're trying to probe the reaches of their known universe, maybe they're trying to explore their existence and find out if they're alone, and they, you know, somehow end up, I don't know, like what does interdimensional necessarily mean in terms of talking about aliens? Like, are we talking about, because dimensions in terms of space are really just directions, like it's just measurements of space, so like X, Y, Z, all that's just spatial terminology. So like, you know, I don't know if like ending or like entering a different dimension means what they think it means. You know what I mean? The Xenu people will be like, I told you so. Yeah, maybe. You know, I've got some midichlorians that need to be expressed. Is it midichlorians? No, Thetans, right? If aliens showed up, it wouldn't end religion. It would just be more people for the evangelists to try and convert. Yeah, religion's going to spread regardless of who's the figurehead, and if Christianity has its way, it'll be God. What about Biden's administration? In terms of what?
Yeah, so that's definitely a mouthful, but that is directly based on information that we've received.
That's what she said. That is literally what she said just now. That's what she said. This person, that is what she said.
From witnesses, also information that we have obtained and witnessed via our investigations. There's some stuff that
articles that we've obtained and witnessed
I can't disclose of what I have seen in some of these skips, but what I will tell you is this is not just some crazy conspiracy.
Was any of it the Epstein files? Was any of it the Epstein files?
Theory. Obviously, there's been massive reporting, not just in the United States, but around the world.
Lauren Boebert was physically shook after she read them.
And this is something that I think everyone kind of, you know, has always had some curiosity about. We're just simply asking the questions.
Yeah, and it feels like
it's always just asking questions. We're always just asking questions.
We're building towards some sort of disclosure.
I just want to know why you won't put me in a secret, secluded space where I can look at classified documents. I just don't get that. Why?
So let's break that down a little bit on what she just confirmed. So Luna said Congress has received testimony and evidence involving non-human life forms and possibly interdimensional phenomena. We've heard that. And she emphasized that this is
I mean, she more or less said a sizzle line to a reporter, but go on.
Based on classified things that she has personally been a part of. She even...
looking at documents. That's what she's been a part of, is looking at documents.
Been added that...
Not any of the actual stuff regarding aliens. So take it down a notch.
Certain things she's seen can't be discussed publicly, which are the things that really...
Which is what people always say. Well, I'm under NDA. Well, I don't know. I'd probably get assassinated if I tried.
Really pique my interest, of course. But that's what Congresswoman Anna...
Oh, well, I see you didn't have an ending to your video. You just kind of trailed off. Okay. And now here we get another view. We're shifting towards the religious. We didn't have too much religion before, but now we're kind of shifting a little bit further into some more religious themes regarding this disclosure. Disclosure? There's a book that came out a couple years ago that was pretty cool about aliens showing up. They landed on the Vatican, spoke Latin, and revealed themselves to be Catholic. I think you may have described this to me, or I may have read an article about it. Sounds familiar. But let's hear what God's going to do about this.
It is Disclosure Day.
She did the same thing I did. Same exact thing.
Tomorrow,
Twinsies.
Saturday, May 8th. The Gen X in me is just bubbling, but the Christian in me knows what's going on. Disclosure Day, my hind end. This is the big deception. This is what we've been...
Okay, she did it twice. It's still disclosure, and I when I misspoke, I tried to make it right. I carried on. I kept calm, and I carried on.
And wait, no. If you people that do not know Jesus like I know Jesus don't see...
The fuck did you just say, you people?
Biblical prophecy happening in front of your eyes every day. You turn on every week, every month. We keep telling you and telling you.
Go off, Queen, but there's like, thousands upon millions of Christians who will probably disagree with what you're saying. So it's not my fault that you guys don't agree with each other. It's your guys' fault.
The time is now. We are living in the last seconds before.
The time now. The place, my office. The time, a few seconds later than now. Well, now is relative. It's now is now. And 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 now is now. That could go on forever.
Christ returns. And now, the great deception, Disclosure Day.
Oh my God, you did it 3 times. You've done it 3 times now. It's getting frustrating.
Is here. It's time to tighten up the shoelaces, y'all. It's time. Trump came out with the disclosure.
You almost did it again. You almost did it again. And you couldn't have done another take to fix the other 3?
I'm so... I am just tickled pink, excited. I'm not worried. I'm not a bit. I just cannot wait to see what our...
Why are all these crazy rants in cars? Because their families can't stand them, cynical. Because nobody wants to be around them. The only place they can seek refuge is their car. Have you ever met a time traveler? Not that I know of. Might have accidentally met one. Ooh, you never know.
Ding dong big people in the White House, Blue House, Yellow House, Gold House is going to try to tell us what these beings are. So from what I'm gathering, there was a meeting and a bunch of preachers and pastors was told about this first before Disclosure Day.
You, God damn it. Say it fucking right. I corrected myself. Say it fucking right.
Starts tomorrow. The Great Deception starts tomorrow, you guys. Do y'all not see this as exciting? You know why it's exciting for me? Because
No, she corrected herself. She corrected herself once already.
I'm about to go home to heaven with Jesus, huh?
So does she expect to die? On 5 days ago? She expected to die? Yeah, alien life is or was real, but UFOs ain't real, and aliens that can travel far are fake. Fair enough. I would say that I don't disagree with anything that you're saying. But what would you associate the unexplained aerial phenomena with then? What would your explanation be for those? We've debunked a few of them. One of them was very visibly a laser. Actually, more than a couple of them were very visibly lasers. The big chaos sigil that people are saying is a chaos sigil it's the coronal lens flare from what appears to be just a flare that's like either attached to some supplies or something like that's being parachuted down. And then there's one that's just a guy in a wingsuit. So Right, that's what it appears to be. It could be a glider, but it looks like a guy in a wingsuit. You know what I'm saying? So like, what is it then? What are the ones that are unexplainable? I still haven't. Flare. No, I'm thinking of a different thing, I think. Damn, I thought I had it. Well, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Point is, we debunked a few of those. I still haven't seen one that I'm convinced is like unexplainable. UFOs are real, they're just not aliens. Yeah, they're literally unidentified things like birds and optical effects. Yep. Yes, indeedy. But you know, hey, we can't trust agencies like NASA to tell us the truth, okay? That's the Jewish word for deceit. All right? Okay. All right. Aliens are also likely real, but not here. True. True that. Boom, battle, daddle, daddle, got her bread up, bow down, gonna bake some bread, then I'm gonna toast it, make a sandwich now. Battle down, gonna put some peanuts in a corn pop pipe now, gonna get them down. It's like Fish, you know, have you ever seen the band Fish? That's like Fish and Beck and all that kind of stuff. Gonna put a rat sickle on a microphone. Gonna whip my bread and I'm gonna toast it and we're gonna eat some butter raw dogging every day. Well, that's like stoner, you know, it's stoner rock, stoner metal, stoner, all that kind of stuff. I usually prefer bands whose songs aren't 30 minutes long. Yeah. Well, and I guess I don't need like coherent lyrics, but if I'm actually going to sit down and listen to the song, I kind of want the lyrics to be coherent. Have a good day, guys. I've been Goose. Please like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. I'm watching on Twitch. The delay is about 5 minutes. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, well, you won't hear me say bye, but bye.